Hey everyone, welcome to another Painting with Jay. As always, my name is Jay, so grab a brush, grab some models, grab some paints, and paint along with me. Let's rid the world of unpainted models. Today I'm still working on the archer dudes from last week. I figure I'll get some more work done on them this week. I've been really busy. I did some extra hours in my job. I went and saw Star Wars today. It's Friday. This video will probably be up tomorrow. But I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm going to talk a little bit about the movie, but nothing spoilerish. Just some of my opinions about the movie and stuff. But as I said, nothing spoilerish. I won't be, everything will be safe. Don't worry at all. I will not drop any bombs of knowledge or anything like that. And I'll just discuss life and keep painting along. So let's get painting, shall we? Yes. Hey everyone. So I'm working on these guys still. There's still the 8 of them. As you can see, I've made a little bit of progress. I finished the skin. I've done the eyes. What else? I've started the metallics, essentially. I think I'm half done the metallics, or the silvers at least. He's done, he's done, he's done. She's done. Yeah, about halfway done the silvers. That's what I'll claim. And these guys they're on their way, And so today I'll be taking some lead belcher, or not lead belcher, pig iron, and just painting up the silvers first, and that's what I'll start with. And then after that, I'll probably apply a non-oil shading. We'll see how far we get. It's not really. We'll see. The more we get done, the better. But it's all good. I'm excited to get these guys done. So they'll be done probably in the next week or so, and then that'll be good. So this is not I might do one more painting with Jay on Christmas Eve. We'll see if I have time. I will do my best to get a full set of weeks. I will for sure have the next How to Play 40K next week. For sure. No doubt. It's one of the great things about my Patreon campaign. Obviously, if you want to go, feel free to support it. Check out the link in the description below. But one of the people, there's a level called Sponsor. And one of the sponsors specifically chose How to Play 40K. And that way it keeps me going with that particular series. I need to make it. And so it will be made. For sure. And I'm just trying to figure out, because I filmed a bit of it, and then I think it's too long. So I might have to break. The assault phase is such a complicated phase, if you think about it. And that's what the next video is about. The assault phase, right? And it's going to be, as I said, a complicated video because it just is. Think about in the assault phase how many things you use. First of all, I have to cover, making the charge, so declaring the charge, then making the charge, Overwatch, getting in, and then all the stat lines that you need to know, because the stat line for most of the game. Unless you go into the assault phase, most of the game, a lot of the stat line goes unused, except for the toughness, maybe the leadership value, armor save. But once you get in the assault phase, right, you use the weapon skill, strength, toughness, initiative, wounds, attacks, all these characteristics that I need to go into detail on, and I just don't know if that's good for one video. I might break it up into 2. Because, as I said, it's just too long. It would just be too long. That's all I'm saying. It would just be, yeah. So, we'll see. So that'll be the next one. And what else? My back has been really bad this week, unfortunately, so I haven't been painting as much as I wanted to. I totally forgot to pop a Robaxa set before starting this tutorial. Or not tutorials. This tutorial, where I'm showing you how I paint things. But that's okay. It happens, I'm working a lot. My schedule, unfortunately, took a turn for the worse because it wasn't, I was through my own will. One of my good friends who works with me, unfortunately, had a death in the family. And so I try to be a nice person. I volunteered myself to take all of her shifts that they couldn't get rid of. And it's extra money for me too, but it was just a lot of extra work, and I'm still doing it today, or tomorrow, sorry. I was supposed to have tomorrow off, instead I'm working an 8.5-hour shift. So, it happens, you know. But it's obviously very, very understandable circumstances, right? I'm not going to. I just totally forgot to paint that guy's armor. Nope, it's covered. Never mind. He's a different guy. So obviously it's very understandable, you know. Yeah. So I was never. I would always help out my friend, especially under these circumstances, right? So it happens. You know, and it's really unfortunate. So. But the holidays are amongst us. I'm done my Christmas shopping. I'm done. All done. No more. Mm-mm. My wife keeps sending me out for more. Like, I finish shopping, and then she goes, well, we should get a gift for this person. I'm like, oh, okay. And she goes, well, can you go get it? I'm like, oh. Back to Walmart. Walmart's crazy. Yeah. But it's okay. I'm looking forward to the holidays. As I said, I'm done Christmas shopping, which is nice. I really wanted to have Christmas shopping done by this point. So I won't be one of those people running around on Christmas Eve next week, hopefully, you know, trying to figure out what to buy people. That's good. Always nice. Yeah. So, yeah, these guys are going to be nice. I think my friend Andy's going to really like them. Another one done. We're only 5 minutes in. This is awesome. These guys, metallics will get done in no time. Then I don't know what I'm going to do afterwards. Probably browns. No, probably blue for the armor. Yeah, probably blue for the armor. But what else? Yeah, it's been a good week. I just worked hard. This week's painting tutorial in the warp is a LA Talk. Or LA Talk. I don't know how you pronounce it. Wraith Lord. I had a lot of fun painting him up. He turned out really cool. I'll show you what he looks like. So he's in the warp. If you want to go see that, you know, tutorial, obviously go check out the warp. 14-day free trial, or stay there. Be all good. So I'll zoom out for a second. Here he is. I think he turned out pretty nicely. I used an airbrush for most of them. Just had a lot of fun. Did airbrushing. Didn't take very long, and I really like the freehand. So I know it's not the most amazing detail, but I think I'm proud of that freehand of that sword. Looks pretty good, right? And my freehand is slowly getting better, and I really like that. You know, it's one of those skills that I really have to work on, and I'm working hard on, all the jewels and stuff. But I think it turned out really cool. So, tutorial in the warp, check it out. Freehand. So I've been working on my freehand lately. In fact, Miniature Painting 101, I've been doing some freehand. And I think it's one of those skills that I really want to develop because freehand is really fun. It really is. It's very challenging for me. And so one of my goals is to face my fears lately and just do things and paint models that I'm a little bit afraid of or not really afraid of, I'm just nervous about, you know? And that's okay. It's okay. So I've been facing my fears and working hard. And that's one of the things I really love about Miniature Painting 101 is because I need to kind of quasi-master something before I talk about it in Miniature Painting 101. Well, not master, but, you know, learn it to a good extent. It's been pushing me to become a much better painter. That and all this experience with, you know, all this time with painting with Jay and stuff, you know, it really does add up. And it's just more experience. Every time I paint, I get slightly better, and that's what matters. Yeah. And then my friend Andy gets spoiled because I'm painting with Jay, and I'm painting his models. So obviously we should talk about the elephant in the room. Star Wars. Yes, today is Star Wars Day. And by the way, I know this video will be up tomorrow, but a big happy birthday. If he's watching out there, to Mr. Mike Groves. It was his birthday. It's his birthday today, / yesterday, technically. But it's awesome because he's a huge Star Wars fan. Huge Star Wars fan. And it's his birthday, so he gets to do, and I think he's going to go watch Star Wars like 3 or 4 times. I think that's his goal. He's one of those guys that watches it 3 or 4 times opening day. And I respect that. If you want to do that on your birthday, That is a really cool way to spend your birthday. Cool by our standards, of course. So, huge happy birthday to Mr. Mike Groves out there. Grove and Grove. Mike. Nice guy. Good guy who likes people. What else does he go by? Stinky Pete. So. My wife has a birthday near Christmas. I should probably talk about Star Wars. Yeah, sorry, I started talking about Star Wars and then I talked about Mike. So Star Wars, no spoilers, none. Okay, I promise, no spoilers of what I'm talking about. I saw the movie. I really, really, really liked the movie. I think it's arguably the best one. Arguably the best one. It is much darker than the others. It's much more emotional, I find. I really like the new bad guy, Kylo Ren. He is much like the problem I had with Vader. But the thing is with Darth Vader, I like Darth Vader obviously, but Darth Vader really isn't in the first movie, right? He's in like 5 seconds of A New Hope, and he's very robotic. Like he's a good character, but he's a very robotic character. He's not very emotional. I know they added the no, but you know. So this Kylo Ren is actually much more emotional. You can clearly see he's torn in some circumstances. He is a much more emotional character, and I think that's good. And I think it's going to lead to a better movie series. You know, having characters that are actually more relatable. Even the bad guys. You know, that new droid is adorable. That's all I'm saying. He is adorable. And yeah. And there's, no Jar Jar-ish character in it. And I really, really like that. I think J.J. Abrams did a good job. And I'm going to highly recommend it to everyone. Of course, people are going to go see it anyway. You don't need my recommendation to go see it. And I really liked it. I really liked it. It was really good. It was very fast-paced. Very, very fast. I'm going to reset the camera because I think it's off. Focused. Yeah, there we go. So it was very fast paced, but it was really good, and I really loved the amalgamation of new characters and old characters, and that's what they couldn't do with the original, the second set of trilogy. The episodes 1 through 3, and that's why one of the reasons why it sucked. But this one, I'd say, was the complete opposite. I was really happy to see it. And I went and saw it in like an Omni 3D or whatever it's called. So it was a really cool theater. And I really liked it. That's all I'm going to say. So no spoilers, no nothing. I thought it was really beautifully done. Really well done. And yeah. There were a few moments, of course, where you're like, how did this happen? Oh, that's really good luck. Or, but whatever. That happens in movies. Where you can't, nothing always perfectly makes sense. But, yeah. Go see it. You'll love it. If you're a Star Wars fan. And what was really cool was in the movie theater. You didn't see this until the lights, of course, went up. But there were so many generations of people there. And a lot of, it was, like it was a very good proportion of women. And like elderly and kids and everyone was there and having a great time. And everyone clapped at the end. And yeah, it was awesome. It's really awesome. So, yeah, that was a pretty quick Star Wars review. And as I said, so let's still talk about birthdays, because it's Mike's birthday. It's not supposed to be silver. So, birthdays near Christmas. I know people don't like that, because then you only get half the gifts or something. I don't know. My wife does. My wife has one. And so what I do is, we don't exchange Christmas gifts, because we don't really, we're not that amazing off financially, so we just don't do Christmas gifts. So we do birthday gifts. So I always get her a birthday present. And this year I had to get her an IOU because we had to get something customly made for her. So we're getting it made, which will be good. I don't know. My birthday's in February, so I really never had that problem. But apparently people have that problem. If your birthday's close to Christmas, you get like half the gifts or something. Or you get one gift for both. Something like that. Yeah. There we go. Well done. Good. Let's hit those with non-oil. Maybe do the leather afterwards. Oh no, we'll do blue. Blue, I think. Blue would be better. That's good. See, I didn't spoil it. I don't think I spoiled anything in Star Wars. I just think it was a really good movie. I liked it a lot. It was exciting. Like, it was exciting to see it back. And it was such good, in the good hands. As I said, the really cool was the interaction between the old characters and the new characters. And they always throw, like, there were tons of little tidbits in there that if you looked carefully or listened carefully, you'd pick up on. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah, non-oil. That refer to the original trilogy. Original, I mean 4 through 6. Excuse me. So, that's one of my non-oils. Where did my other non-oil go? Maybe it fell. But yeah, I really liked it. And I never want to spoil it for you all, so I'm not going to go past that. Would I go see it again? Definitely. In fact, I might. Would I go see it 5 times in the same day like Mike Ropes might be? Probably not. I don't know if I have that kind of time. There we go. Non-oil. Yeah. My favorite character, probably that little droid. He's awesome. Reminds me a little bit of Wally, but I really like him. The new kind of Han Solo-ish character. Han Solo's in the movie obviously as well, but in the movie there's like obviously as you've seen in the previews, there's characters. There's the archetypes, right? The anti-hero, the hero. The arrogant one, the less arrogant one. Yeah, the new characters are really good. I think they're funny, and it's gonna be. I'm excited. I can't wait for number 8 to come out. I was hoping it would have been cooler if they actually filmed it like Lord of the Rings style, where they did all the movies at the same time and just released them in 3 years. That would be like that insane. But of course, the amount of money that they're putting into each one, obviously, they couldn't do it. I guess. But this movie's going to draw a lot of money. It's going to break all the box office records. And I'm right now, just between us, I'm figuring out my YouTube stuff right now, obviously. But I'm trying to change my mentality, and I'm not really going to go into why, but I'm trying to. And for the next, early in the year, I'm going to try a few things out. I'm going to try getting some goals that I've always wanted to do done, and getting them done, and then after that, it'll all be good. Like I forgot to do an Agrex Earthshade on their hair. I'll do that after this. But I'm going to change my mentality a little bit, work hard, and just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not going down without a fight, so I'm not. And that's going to be it. I'm going to work my butt off. I work my butt off already, but I think I'm going to just change a few things around. It's been hard to get my full lineup of videos lately. This week you're getting probably 3 or 4 videos. 4, I think, because you got a battle report, Q&J earlier in the week. I'll do a live show maybe tonight if I have the energy. Maybe tomorrow night. One of the nights I'll do a live show again. Live shows are really good. I'm having a great time with them. So, and it doesn't take a lot of energy to do a live show. I mean, but you have to have energy to do a live show. Like it doesn't wear me out, but I can't be tired and do a live show, because then you need to actually engage with your audience and have a good time. And if I'm exhausted tonight, I don't know if I'll have the time, but tomorrow I'll see, because I'm doing an 8.5 hour shift tomorrow on Saturday. Like, when I say tomorrow, it'll be today for you guys, because I think this video is going to go up on Saturday. It takes a while to render these videos, because they're, you know, an hour straight. But, yeah, I wasn't going to skip painting with Jay, obviously. I would never skip painting with Jay for the week. That would not be cool. That is not cool. Wait a minute. Is it done already? No. So. Yeah. So yeah, it's winter, but I can't believe it. Like today I rode my motorcycle, and riding your motorcycle in late December now is awesome. To Star Wars, even better. It was great. And here's a funny story what happened earlier. So my wife told me to park at this parking garage that's under the movie theater, and she said if you go see a movie, it's free. You just give them your ticket, and they let you park for free. Apparently, though, since the last time she was been there, they've changed their policy, and I didn't know about this. They only give you 3 hours for free. But Star Wars is about like 2 hours and 35 minutes long. And I went about 40 minutes early to make sure I get a good seat, right? So I broke the 3 hour rule by about 25 minutes in the end, because I was in the washroom afterwards and stuff. Nothing major. So I got to the booth, and I didn't have any money on me. I had 50 cents, and the guy's like, so that'll be $1.50. I was like, oh, sorry, I thought it was for free. And he says, no, you only get 3 hours for free. I said, that's a little silly, because the movie was almost 3 hours long. He's like, oh, you saw Star Wars. I said, yep. And he goes, oh, cool. And then he goes, yeah, unfortunately, it's only 3 hours for free. So you got to pay a little bit. I'm like, oh, sorry. And so I went through my pockets. I had 50 cents. And he was like, oh, just go. Because he understood the situation. Unfortunately, it's really silly, 3 hours, because most movies obviously are like an hour and a half, but anything epic like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, anything really nerdy essentially, or Oscar bait movies, they tend to be longer. So, but he understood, and he let me go. That was nice of him. I would have just gone back, maybe had to hit a bank machine or something. Would have been awkward, but I would have done it. I don't want to break the rules, right? No. So now I'm going to do an Agrex Earthshade on their hair, because I realized I was supposed to do that and I didn't. So it'll just give a little bit more texture and tone it down slightly, so it's not as pristine. But yeah, I have made a bit of progress on these guys. Obviously, last time I was working on the skin tones, I believe, at the end of the video. So. There's one more brunette there. Yep, there we go. Alright, now we'll start the blue armor after this. There's only 3 brunettes, so that's the ones I forgot on to do the shade on. Good. So now let's take some Cantor Blue, which is the color of their armor. Cantor Blue, and we'll do all the armor. Just gotta get my palette again. Alright, get some Cantor Blue. Get my skis shined up. Grab a stick of juicy fruit. Yeah! Any older people who watch commercials would know that one. The taste is gonna move ya! Yeah, nerds are spoiled. As I discussed in one of my previous videos, this is the best time to watch nerdy movies. Seriously, we are so frickin' spoiled now. We just had a new Star Wars, a new Jurassic Park, like the Avengers this year. Next year's tons of Marvel, right? We have Deadpool. We just had Ant-Man. The next Captain America is going to be basically Avengers 3.0, right? I'm adding some Lamy Medium right now to my Kendra Blue so it goes on nice and thin. It's the best time ever. Like, we are so freaking spoiled because A, technology is awesome right now. B, companies are, other than Michael Bay, which I'm not a Michael Bay fan. I know Justin Tan, if you're watching, not a Michael Bay fan. Sorry, but Michael Bay is silly. That's all I'm saying. He's a little bit more Kendra Blue. So, he's kind of butchering Ninja Turtles, is what I'm saying. But, right now they're starting to line up the right people with the right projects. And I'm really glad J.J. Abrams had Star Wars. He's done Star Trek well-ish, apparently. So what the blues are doing essentially is tying these. The reason why I'm doing the blues on the armor is to tie them together with the other guys in the army, because the other guys are predominantly blue for armor. So this will at least add a color, to make them actually, really fit with the army. Andy, if you're watching this, you're spoiled. Next time I see Andy, he'll be like, "Did you paint any models?" That's the way Andy sounds, by the way. That's my Andy impersonation. It's basically Ray Romano. My friend Andy's like, "I'm Andy." Or Kermit the Frog, or, Harold Ramis. They're all the same. "I'm Andy. Have you painted..." Or Marvin the Martian. "I'm very angry." He's gonna be like, "Jay." I'll be like, "Yes, Andy. Have you painted any models lately for me?" And I'll be like, "Yep. Here's 40. And he'll be like, "Oh, that's good. Yay. I'm Andy." That's basically Andy. I should do more impersonations, I think. That's maybe my thing. Yeah, the year's over. It's crazy. I'll talk about it next week's video, probably. I think. I'm going to be taking a week off. I decided that I need a week off to just kind of relax, or at least a few days off for sure. Visit my family. Because this year, Christmas and the holidays are really happening on a weekend, really, essentially, right? So, if I don't want to, I don't have to take off time, right? But I think I need some time off, just for a few days, and not worry about the video lineup or, painting or anything really. Just relax, spend some time with some loved ones, and chill. That's what I need to do, and that's okay, Mm-hmm. Where else do I want his hand? Right there. Good. And by the time I've done this, I don't even know if I'll be able to finish this today. Half an hour? Probably. Well, we'll see. Because this is a group of 10, and it takes me a few minutes. I'm trying to just... What I do is when I'm painting this, and I'm doing painting with Jay, to see how much time I actually need, I just think about how long it takes me to paint one of them. Multiply by 10. Good to go. And right now it's probably going to take me to the rest of the video to do all the blues, I think. But that's okay. They're almost done. After the blues, it'll be, you know, highlighting up the metallics, doing some browns, golds, and then the blues, you know, bit of work. They'll definitely be done by the end of the week. Or not this week. Well, maybe next week. Yeah, next painting with Jade, these guys will not be on it. Maybe the next group will be. Or maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. No promises. So we'll see how long it takes. GW's been doing stuff with their website lately. I know that. Like all of a sudden the Orc Codex last week became unavailable and people thought maybe the Orcs were getting there next. Oop, I dropped him. That's okay. People thought Orcs may be getting a Codex again, and then it came back up again. People were like, oh. And the FAQs came out apparently. I might make a video tomorrow about that. Apparently some FAQs came out. Apparently, according to Bella Lost Souls or something like that. I gotta see if they're true. And one of them is for the Dark Angels, and it's correcting what we all thought. If it's indeed correct, legit, it just says, you know, the Ravenwing detachment, you have to have either somebody with a Ravenwing rule or somebody on a bike. And that makes more sense because like a librarian on a bike should be allowed in the formation, because otherwise you can't take more than one HQ, because the only HQ for Dark Angels that has Ravenwing is Samael. So what's the point of having up to 3 HQs in a detachment when you can only take 1? Right? So it had to be an error. Had to be. So that'd be good. It's nice that GW's finally FAQing. If this is in fact true, it's really nice that they're finally starting to get back on their FAQs, because it just fixes these little issues and it makes gameplay a lot more streamlined, right? And a lot easier to do. Because then if they FAQ something, you go, oh, it's in the FAQ, done. Argument, debate, done. It takes 10 seconds. Check the FAQ, done. You know. So, and they started doing it for older codices apparently, like the rule book and most of the older 7th edition codices minus Dark Angels. Dark Angels is obviously new, but like Orcs apparently got one. Dark Eldar, Dark Angels, Space Wolves. So we'll see. Halfway done the armor. Then I'll give it a wash, or shading technically. Next guy. models are pretty cool. I like War Machine models sometimes. They have a lot of detail for such a model that doesn't cost many points. So it's kind of an interesting curve of amount of time you need to spend to paint a model. It happens in 40K as well with like trucks or vehicles usually. Vehicles take a long time to paint. And they're not a lot of points. So it takes a lot of time to point ratio. But yeah, so I'll have about 30 models ready for Andy next time he comes. Maybe 40 depending on if he does come this time or next break. I don't get to see Andy very often because he's in school and he works and he's a really busy guy as well. That's what kind of happened when I moved away, right? It's hard. It's really hard to keep. It's really hard for the last year and a half to maintain my relationships from my past. We try to talk on the phone sometimes, over Messenger or email, but unfortunately, today, we're all really busy people. People are busy, and it's hard sometimes when you're 3 hours away from your friends. It really is. I've seen Cody Rue and Mike Groves a lot, and I guess Mike Groves is relatively local. Cody Rue's San Francisco area, and I see them even way more frequently than my old friends and they're, just not enough time. Which is unfortunate. Maybe that'll be one of my resolutions that I really try to work hard on. I haven't seen my friends Tim and Jeff since Gen Con. I haven't seen Owen since Adepticon. So, Adepticon's coming up again. I'm all signed up. It's going to be fun. Yep. I'll see more people. Like Mike will be there. Michael Hacker will be there. Guessing other people will be there too. Black Tom. Maybe Black Tom will be there. And go talk to Black Tom. Yeah. I'm watching a lot of Christmas movies this week. Which that's what I like to do. I like to get into the spirit, watch Christmas movies, have a good time. It's all good. I watched Elf. I like Elf, the Will Ferrell movie. I watched Scrooged. Last night I watched Miracle on 34th Street, or most of it. The newer one. I watched the older one recently as well, but I watched the newer one yesterday. Newer meaning like 90s versus 1960s. Even the newer one's starting to look a little dated. Richard Attenborough. Good. Next one. Oh, maybe I will finish the armor. Alright, that'll be good. Or then I'll give it a shade and then go back to the metallics. The silvers, they should be dry by then. Sorry, I'm just tired. It's been a long day. I went, saw the movie Star Wars, and then I went Christmas shopping. So I went shopping today, and then I've gone back. But I can't complain. Apparently it's supposed to snow tomorrow. And then it'll melt. So, I gotta get boots. Boots are gonna be hard to find, so I might have to order them online. I don't know if you know about this. I have big feet. Here's a random J fact. I have big feet. Relatively big feet, I guess. Not giant feet or something, but I'm in men's, depending on the company, I'm typically a 15 and a half. So I can fit into some 15s and 16s, basically. 15 and a half, 16. That's my range. depending on the company and what I'm wearing, right? So that's pretty big shoes. And the problem is, when you're in that size of shoe, is finding shoes. So I found boots years ago when I was in the States, and I've been wearing them ever since. But last year I broke my boots the last week of winter, so I just said, oh, who cares, next year. And I kind of forgot. So now I'm going to have to order some boots, because you can't really just go into most stores and be like, hello, what do you have? You know, no, I like to do accents when I walk into stores. And I'd be like, hello, what size of shoes do you have? And they'd be like, 13s. And I'd be like, all right, goodbye. You know, that's my impersonation of myself going into a store. You know, here's my impression of Andy. Hi. And they'd be like, hello, what size of shoes do you have? We came up to 13s. And he'd be like, good, I'm in men's 10. I'm Andy. And he'd be like, that's nice. We don't need to know your name. You know? I really hope Andy watches this episode. And anybody who knows Andy, or has seen my battle reports with him, knows that that's a dead-on impersonation. He's basically Ray Romano. Jay. This is hilarious. Impersonations with Jay. I have too much fun. I saw the trailer for the Jungle Book. I think it's going to be pretty good. If Andy Serkis had to do with it, I think it'll be good. I think it's going to be good. Dogs are just let outside. So there might be barking in a second. They're going to hear my voice and be like, who's that? Who is in the garage? That's my impression of Rubik. Yeah. Oh, man. It's been a great year. I've had an amazing year, to be honest. This has been full of adventure and excitement, and I'm going to make a video probably commemorating the year and put it in. Like, there was some footage that I didn't even ever air because I lost a good chunk. Like, when I went and visited my friend Patrick Dubois, I saved the battle report, but a lot of the other footage got lost. So, but I have a little bit left of a little bit of the vlog. I think it was day 2 of the vlog, but I didn't want to air it because day 1 and day 3 were gone. I think, or maybe I had day 2. I don't remember. I think it was day 2. It was really made no sense why I had day 2 and not day 1. Oh no, I did have day 1, but day 1 wasn't worth it because it was just driving, right? I didn't have day 3. So, and a chunk of day 2 went missing as well, something like that. So I just decided not to air it. But I can't wait to. That'll be fun. I'll put that in my commemoration of the year. You know, a year in J. Vegas was good. LVO, Adepticon, Gen Con. Really fun. This guy's not very good looking. Oh, whatever. This shade will not take very long. We're 44 minutes. Good. I should be able to even go and dry brush the silvers. And maybe even start highlighting the blues if we have enough time. 15 minutes? We'll see. This shade step won't take very long. And the amount of models I've painted this year has just been crazy. Crazy. I hope you all out there in internet land have just done the same thing as me. You know, gotten a lot of work done, because I've really gotten a lot of work done. I'm proud of that, how much work I've done. You know, it's nice. I look behind me and the shelves are starting to really get empty. And that means that for once in my life, since starting back in the 40K, I've actually gotten a good grip on my models being painted and not just purchased. You know? Because that's the problem. Like, models are obviously infinitely easier to purchase than to paint. And I, like many of you out there, fall into that problem where I'm like, I want this and this and this and this and this. And then it's like painting time, you're like, oh. You know. I don't know why about today, but I'm just doing a lot of voices. I don't care. It's fun stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing. And then there's people, like, obviously not everyone likes to paint. We do like to paint, or if we're forcing ourselves through painting. And it's things like this video series. That's why I love it so much, is that everyone says the same thing. They love painting with Jay because they like to sit and just listen and ramble and paint. And it's this camaraderie that we have that helps break the barrier, essentially, of painting. You know, it can be lonely when you're just sitting there by yourself for hours on end painting little dudes. It's not the most, social thing. But things like this, or some people do Google Hangouts, or, other things like that. They chat while they're doing it. They listen to music. It breaks up the monotony and the barriers, and then we get so much work done. And then what further drives us is the feeling of accomplishment, When you look back and you go, oh, wow, I just spent an hour, and look how much work I've done. If I spend another hour, whoa, if I spend 3 more hours, I'm probably done. And then you're motivated, and then you get that 3 hour in, and then you're done, and then you're like, whoa. Next thing, I got a painting squad or guy or something, and then you get on to the next thing. Keep going. Don't look back. Another key is don't buy more models, which I've not purchased many at all this year. I purchased like less than 15, I think, and I've painted 400. So that's a good ratio. So this year I've been painting models, and it's been the year of painting, and it's been the most productive painting year of my life for models by far. It's the point now where my orcs are like 90% done, my nids are about 85% done, all painted. Dark Angels are 95% done, Grey Knights are 95% done. Necrons will be pretty much done after next month. I think they're going to be my next goal. All right, next step. Let's do some quick dry brushing on the silver areas. I need a small dry brush, though. That is not a small dry brush. I kind of grabbed the wrong brush. I'll use this one. That's pretty stiff bristles. All right, so we're going to take some cold steel and do some dry brushing quickly. Won't take very long at all because it's just a quick dry brush. Quickly bring these metal areas to life, and then I'm going to cut them in essentially with browns later. Doesn't take very long at all. Done. Next one. Reload brush and repeat. In this 1 hour, I've had 10 models right in front of me. And I've done the silvers, washed the silvers, highlighted them up, and then started the blues, and then shaded the blues. So that's a pretty good hour, I'd say, progress-wise. Obviously, I would actually get more done if I wasn't talking or thinking what I want to say, but it's not that much more, right? And I love the talking, and this series has just been awesome. It's really been I'm so happy that Master Dwaylen thought, I was thinking of bringing it back anyway, but then like Master Dwaylen said I should bring it back, and I thought, yeah, I really should. You know what? I really should. It'll get me my butt back in gear for painting, and it's just fun to dedicate some time, just an hour a week, and sit down in my workshop. And sit down in my workshop and just paint and not worry about the world or what today has in store or what tomorrow has in store, because I know tomorrow's shift is going to suck. It's going to really I'm supposed to have a Saturday off instead of doing an 8.5-hour shift. Not the coolest thing, but obviously it's for a friend, right? That's gotta be nice. And it's tragic circumstances. You can't be greedy in those circumstances, especially this time of year. You can't be greedy around Christmas time like that. So we'll see. I'll have one or two more painting with J's this year. One or two. Because a week from today, or a week from this Thursday technically, is Christmas Eve. And then, so I don't know if I'll see if I can have one Christmas Eve. If I have time. I'll do a painting with Jay Christmas Eve. And then the following week is New Year's Eve, I guess. So I'll have at least one or two more. Done. Oh yeah, and I gave the hair a shade for the three of them, so night and day difference. Good. Look at him. This guy's kind of missing the top of his crossbow, but that's okay. We're at 53 minutes. I'll see if the shade is dry for the blues. Probably isn't dry by now. So probably just going to call it after this step then. Because we're at about 57 minutes is the video, right? So this is probably a good stopping point. I don't think... Yeah, the blues won't be dry by now. You can see the shade is not dry on a couple of them. And then time to start the browns after that. And then, yeah, they'll be done soon. Yay! Yay! It's the Muppet Show! Yay! And let's end here. So thank you everyone. Thank you as always for painting with me. Sorry, I don't know what I was saying at the beginning. So it's all good. I got stuff done. Got a lot of work done today. It's good. Great hour of painting. I really hope you enjoyed it and got some stuff done too. And I hope you've had a terrific year. Full of adventure and happiness, hopefully. Not full of sickness. Obviously, to all my friends out there that I know and my viewers who I know are going through some tough times, I'm definitely always thinking about you guys, and I hope everything is good. My heart's always with you. You know, I know that some of my viewers are not having as fun time as others. So, but I really hope you enjoyed this painting with Jay and got a lot done. and your world is ridden of unpainted models. It's all good. So thank you as always for painting. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Till next time, this is Jason. Happy painting with me.